This video will review the answers to the codominance worksheet. So our example up above here showed how this inheritance pattern works. We do these Punnett squares exactly like we did Mendelian inheritance patterns, except now we have two alleles that are both dominant, so our heterozygous individuals will have a new phenotype. So here, if we had a cross between two heterozygous flowers, if we're talking about our snapdragons above, they had a red allele and a white allele, so heterozygous would be RW. This would be our potential offspring here. RR genotype would have a red phenotype, RW genotype would have a pink genotype, and WW genotype would have a white phenotype. So thinking about, we could come up with genotypic ratios and phenotypic ratios and percent probabilities, just like we did with Mendelian inheritance. So here, a genotypic ratio would be 1 RR to 2 RW to 1 WW. And a phenotypic ratio, this is what looks a little different than it would if this was a Mendelian trait, is we would see 1 red to 2 pink to 1 white here. So this first question here is exactly the cross that we just looked at, a cross between two members of, we're talking about an F1 generation here. If we wanted to produce the F2 generation, just using that vocabulary terms, that's the offspring of this generation, we would be crossing an RW with another RW. So we have RR, RW, RW, WW here. Our genotypic ratio is what we just had above, 1 RR, 2 RWs, 1 WW. Our phenotypic ratio, our RR would be red, our RWs would be pink, and our WWs would be white. Probability of there being a white offspring, we have 1 out of the 4 squares, so that's a 25% probability. Probability being red, I have 1 out of the 4 squares, so that's a 25% probability. And probability of being pink, 2 out of the 4 squares, that's a 50% probability. So here's an example of another trait that follows the codominant inheritance pattern. The color of the hair on horses. There's a black hair phenotype, there's a white hair phenotype, and there's a mixed that is called a roan. It's typically called a blue roan because this mix of black and white tends to look kind of bluish in the right light. You can do a Google image search on this if you don't believe me. There's also another allele here. When we get into our multiple alleles, this is actually a multiple alleles trait, and that there's a red allele as well. But for now, we're just going to worry about the black and the white allele. So a cross between a homozygous black horse, BBB, homozygous white horse would be WW. Our offspring here would all have the genotype BW. So our genotypic ratio would be 4 BW to 0. Phenotypic ratio would be 4. These are our blue roans. That's what the blue BWs, their phenotype is called, or you could just say a combination of black and white, but blue roan is easier to say. So 4 blue roans to 0 of anything else, and probability that they are a blue roan is 100%. So now if we had a blue roan stallion and a white mare, stallion is just a male horse and a mare is a female horse. So a blue roan would have the genotype BW, the white mare would have to have the genotype WW. So we have a BW crossed with WW here, BW, WW, BW, WW. Our genotypic ratio, we have 2 BWs to 2 WWs here. We have 2 BWs and 2 WWs. And our phenotypic ratio, 2 would be blue roans to 2 white. And the probability of having a blue roan offspring would be 50% chance here. So back to our snapdragons. This is another example of working backwards here. If we have red, white, and pink snapdragons, so having 3 phenotypes and one that's a blend of the two, again, indicates this is a codominant trait. So we observe the offspring. There are 49, 26 of them were pink, 23 of them were white. Now this isn't perfect, but it should look kind of like a ratio you've seen before. 26 out of 49 looks like approximately 50%, and 23 out of 49 It's like approximately 50%. Not exact, but again, remember predicted probabilities are never going to come out exact, but these are close to 50% and 50%. So we know we must have a square where 50% of our offspring are pink, which from before we knew those had the RW phenotype, and 50% of them are white, had the WW phenotype. So we need a square where 2 out of the 4 squares are RW and 2 out of the squares are WW. And working backwards from this, we can figure out that we must have had an RW above this, and we must have had a WW here. So our 2 parents had to have been RW and WW. Now if we had a pink flower, cross it with the red flower. Pink flower is the blend, it's the heterozygous individual. Red is RR here. So we have RW crossed with an RR. Our genotypic ratio would be 2 RRs to 2 RWs. Phenotypic ratio would be 2 red to 2 pink. Probability they would be white. 0% chance of having a white offspring here. Probability they'd be red, 2 out of our 4, 50% probability. Probability they'd be pink, 2 out of our 4, 50% probability here. So just like our Mendelian inheritance patterns, where we tended to write the capital letter first, here filling in RW, it doesn't really matter which way we write it first. We could write RW or we can write WR. These mean the same thing, right? These are equivalent to each other. But in order to keep track of ratios and count how many there are, it's a good idea to pick one and write it that way always. So if we have an RW or a WR, I'm always going to write that as RW. The convention, kind of like in Mendelian, where the convention was to write the capital letter first. If you're using 2 different letters, the convention is to write them in alphabetical order. But again, that's just a convention. If you do it the other way and stick with it and are consistent, then that will work as well. So here we have a field of flowers. There were some red flowers and some yellow flowers, and they cross-pollinate, so they have some baby flowers. And we get out this phenotype that we see on the right. And what this looks like to me is we've got some flowers that have some red on them and they have some yellow on them. So we've got a flower that's a mix of red and yellow. So this tells me that this must be following a codominance inheritance pattern. And so a homozygous red flower, I'm going to pick R for red here, must have RR. Homozygous yellow flower, I'll pick Y for yellow. It's to be capital Y, capital Y. And the heterozygous ones, the ones like this picture on the right, would be RY. Now, if we crossed a red flower with a yellow flower, we have an RR crossed with a YY. All of the offspring would be RY. Our genotypic ratio would be 4 RY to 0. Phenotype would be 4, we'll call this, it's not really a blend here, it's a mix, so we'll call it red/yellows, to 0 of anything else. Now, if we had 2 flowers of the phenotype shown above, so in this picture here, what would be the predicted genotypic and phenotypic ratios for the offspring? So the ones shown above were the ones that had the red and the yellow, so their genotype was RY. So we cross those, we got RR, RY, RY, YY. Our genotypic ratio here would be 1 RR, 2 RY, to 1 YY. And a phenotypic ratio would be 1 red, 2 of this red and yellow, whatever we want to call that phenotype, to 1 yellow. So that's codominance. The main things to remember here is we have 2 different alleles that we're representing with both 2 different capital letters because they are both dominant. And the heterozygous individuals show up as a blend of the other 2 phenotypes, which is what's different than Mendelian inheritance patterns.